What is going on, everyone? This is Nero again. Today for you, a little World of War gameplay, this time on the map Courtyard. You're playing a little team deathmatch with the Thompson with the round drum. Pretty quick game, pretty decent game. This is one of the few matches I actually got that wasn't modded in any way, shape, or form, and it actually just came down to who's the better player. And I proved to be the better player in this lobby, and it turned out pretty well. If you guys have been watching, I'm not going to be talking much about gameplay. But you guys know me. I read every personal message, unless it's a stupid message like, "Can you sub to me?" or "Will you like my videos for me?" If it's nothing dumb like that, and it's actually a question or an actual message, I reply to every one of them. And one message I get pretty free. It's not the most frequent message by far, but I have gotten it a couple times, and it sparked my interest. I want to make a video discussing it. And that message was, "Who do you think is the better game developer, Infinity Ward or Treyarch?" Now, obviously, World of War is a Treyarch game, and I'm pretty fond of the Treyarch games. I really am. When it comes to World of War was my favorite Call of Duty, with Call of Duty 4 being my second. And then Black Ops, Black Ops Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 was actually really fun. Believe it or not, I enjoyed Modern Warfare 2. I really did. I thoroughly enjoyed Modern Warfare 2. Even though there were tubes everywhere, I still enjoyed that game because the maps were great, and they brought in a whole new concept Call of Duty, whereas everything in the game was overpowered, making nothing overpowered, if that makes any sense, right? So everything was overpowered, all the guns were good, so not one gun was really used more than the other. And I like that. I really like that aspect of Modern Warfare 2. And as for Black Ops, obviously the FAMAS kind of overpowered. Treyarch patched it, but still, it was still the most used gun by just about everybody, and you found them everywhere. It was pretty frequent. But in terms of weapon balance, let's think. But Infinity Ward versus Treyarch in terms of weapon balance. Treyarch's kind of infamous for having one gun just so far better than the other. Here in World of War, the MP40 is pretty much that gun. Then the FAMAS and Black Ops. COD 4, the M16, the MP5, both pretty good, but not ridiculously overused, right? So I would, in terms of weapon balance, I would probably give it to Infinity Ward, just because Modern Warfare 3 is kind of the exception, but there's about 3 guns in that game that are ridiculous. But in terms of weapon balance, probably give it to Infinity Ward. But in terms of maps, now this is a tough one, because mind you, COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 had amazing maps. I love the maps in COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2. I don't really like any map in Modern Warfare 3. Like, there's no map that pops up that I go, "Oh boy, I hope we vote for this one. I love that map." There's nothing like that in Modern Warfare 3. Whereas in World of War and Black Ops, I also like all the maps as well. So I'm gonna give all maps. I'm gonna give the maps in terms of better maps to Treyarch. That's my thought. In terms of weapons, now Treyarch in their games, obviously they're set in the past, which I kind of like that aspect. World War II and World of War, kind of the Vietnam Cold War era in Black Ops. Whereas COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 for Infinity Ward, they're basically all modern day weapons. Now this comes down to preference, guys. This comes down to personal preference. I prefer old guns. I prefer the old wars. If I wanted modern combat, I'd join the army, right? So I'm gonna give it to Infinity Ward. That's me. I'm gonna give it to Infinity Ward. I like their guns better just because they're older style guns. And what I really like about the Treyarch games is the fact that Treyarch games actually have recoil. And COD 4 had some recoil. Modern Warfare 2 had no recoil. Modern Warfare 3 definitely has no recoil, right? So I definitely enjoy the guns better. But when it comes down to who's the better game developer, I'm gonna give it to Treyarch. And you guys may disagree, and that's okay. You can let me know in the comment section if you disagree and why you disagree. I'm going to give it to Treyarch solely because I believe in their games. They're more directed at people that are actually good at the game. Right? Well, obviously COD 4 was a great game. I enjoyed COD 4. And then, I'm not positive on this. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this generally the same people that worked on COD 4 also had a hand in working on Modern Warfare 2. But everybody, there was a big scandal at Infinity Ward. Something happened, I forget. Some people left, and they brought a bunch of people with them. And so the same Infinity Ward that made COD 4 and worked on Modern Warfare 2 basically had no hand in Modern Warfare 3, which is why Modern Warfare 3 is just so different and just so bad to so many people, right? So I'm gonna give it to Treyarch. I really am. I'm really gonna give it to Treyarch in terms of who's the better game developer, just because their games seem to every game so far, it rewards better players. World of War had a bunch of recoil. Mind you, there was the MP40, but the game itself still rewarded the better player. Black Ops definitely rewarded the better player. The kill streaks, the kill streaks didn't stack. The guns had recoil. It was a great game. Modern Warfare 3, and both Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, neither game has recoil. So any idiot that picks up the game, they can shoot their lasers at people and basically make it a Star Wars game. And then also in Modern Warfare 2, they're also implementing death streaks, and obviously the death streaks in Modern Warfare 3 are a lot worse than that in Modern Warfare 2, so that's kind of an indication that they're going to be getting worse and worse. And kind of rewarding people that really have no idea how to play the game. You know, I mean, basically they try to make the playing field too even for new players, in my opinion. That's why I think Treyarch's a better developer. If you guys go ahead and let me know in the comment section below who you think's a better game developer, Treyarch or Infinity Ward. Maybe give some reasons. Definitely be interested to read that. Remember to rate the video. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.